Welcome to the stage, Marylee Stephenson.
We've got just about everything covered here tonight, eh? Yeah, and Jan, I gotta say, on the lesbian side here, I've known Janice a long time, and I keep thinking, you know, after all this time, one day it's gonna hit her. We were made for each other. I figured, well, you gotta ask yourself how anyone could resist. I mean, that's your first question, isn't it? And then what'll happen is, I don't know if you're laughing at my clothes or with my clothes. I'm hoping for with, okay? And then, see, she'll realize it. She'll realize it's the thing. I mean, she's been married 4 times. Why be picky on the 5th? And so she'll just sort of fall into my arms, and I'll drop her because, you know, neither of us are exactly anorexic, am I right? And as far as like being a lesbian goes, you know, like I'm getting used to it. 67, well, it is the new 66 in any case. I'm trying to get used to it, but what bothers me about it is people's misconceptions, okay? They think the weirdest things. Like I'm standing around with someone who knows me quite well, and suddenly this woman says, Marylee, I just want you to know, I completely accept your lifestyle. That was my response. I mean, what are you going to say to that, right? And then I thought to myself, lesbian lifestyle. What is the lesbian lifestyle? And I know that you want to know, right? Am I right? You want to know about it. Well, I can tell you, he's so glad you came here tonight. Now, here is a typical day in the life. This is a lesbian lifestyle. First of all, I get up at 7 in the morning. Lesbian? Well, who else but lesbians get up at 7 in the morning? Then I have my first big meal of the day. Cold cereal stand by the sink, because that's what you do when you're a lesbian living alone, okay? And then I go and I walk the dog. Now that's problematic. Not the dog, again, the dog owners. They are just so snotty. Like one time I say to this woman, you know, I'm just trying to be nice. I say to her, I wasn't trying to pick her up, but a real nice one. And I said to her, what kind of a dog is she? And a woman says, it's a he. What does she want me to do, sniff its balls? So anyway, so then I come back and I go to work. I mean, characteristically lesbian. Then late in the afternoon, I have my second meal, cold cereal standing by the sink, because that's what you do when you're a lesbian living alone. And then, like about 10:30, I go to bed, as only lesbians do. So then I thought to myself, that woman, she can reject that lifestyle. She can accept that lifestyle, just my own work. She can accept that lifestyle. Me, I'm rejecting it. Never again. Okay, that didn't go over too good because don't worry about it. We'll just carry on. We'll get together again, okay? I want to talk now a little bit about age, because there's this weird thing that happens to you at 65. Now, Janice said Marylee Stephenson. Okay, remember that name. She said Marylee Stephenson, but after 65, no. There's this transformer thing that happens. And from then on, you are known as Hun. You know, you could be there in the SkyTrain, this little 12-year-old, would you like to have my seat, hun? You know, and then you're in a movie theater. Will it be senior tickets, hun, to the same speech? You know what? And then you could be just bleeding out, okay, in the ER. You know the best ER these days, don't you? The one in Royal Columbia that's, gosh, in the Tim Hortons, right? You know? So there you are. There you are in the Tim Hortons ER, bleeding out, and the doctor's there and says, okay, weight, okay, height, okay, age, 60. They don't have to go for the name after that. It's Hun. Hun 1, Hun 2, Hun 3. So there you are, just, you know, sort of halfway between the apple fritters and the three burritos for $5. And the doctor looks down and just, he says, before we put the needle in, would they like a double dose? I didn't say that too good either. Oh well, with you. I had asked some somebody the other day what a double-double was, you know. I know only about the apple fritters. So the other thing about age is that I like to give people advice because like I'm a mature person. Well, I did that since I was about 5 years old, but still. So my topic is, and the thing, if any of y'all are young, and some of y'all are younger, is tattoos. Okay, here's my advice on tattoos. You're a real responsive person, I appreciate that. Because people, they don't realize that their skin is gonna get wrinkly. I do know this. They don't. So they start out with, you know, crouching tiger, leaping dragon, whatever the hell that is. And they end up with wet kitten and dead lizard. And then, you know, the ever popular barbed wire turns just into a very bad case of varicose veins. What I think is that you should have tattoos that sort of like grow with you, okay? You want to end up with a butterfly. But what you start with is like this little egg, you know, and it grows for a while in a tattoo type fashion, and then it turns into the larva, and then the chrysalis, and then ultimately, indeed, there is a butterfly. So you're sitting around in the old folks' home. No, they're not old folks' home. They're assisted care facilities, right? And you're there in the assisted, and you say, "Oh yeah, I got a butterfly here. Look right here. Stretch, stretch, and you know, what do you think? You know, and the Harley Davidson guys are going here and going. I think that what they should have, you see, is tattoos like accordions. You know, they can just sort of come and go with you. Yeah. And let me see here. This you won't notice me looking here at my own cheat sheet. I don't bring out the cards, but if it's so wrinkly then, you see. Yeah. I forgot to tell you just one thing about the Hun though. That it sounds to me like it's some kind of noodle place. You know, it'd be like Hun's Senior Noodles. Eat in, take out. And then you could also have your own political movement, and you could have parades, and you could say it out loud, we're Huns and we're proud, and do all those kind of things. But the last thing I want to tell you about is, I also collect dumb signs, because I'm also in my own way a condescending snot. And so I collect dumb signs. Like there's this one in Kitsilano, it's wonderful. It's at one of those sort of little pocket parks and down the water. And there's a sign that says, "Caution, high vertical cliffs." All these years I've been terrified of those horizontal ones. You know what I mean? I mean, it's really, they're kids of all places, you know. They're supposed to have gone to college there. But then the other ones I like are on the drive, you know, on Commercial Drive, and it's depressing now and everything. But they have all those places where you can have piercing. So one of them says, honest to God, the sign says, "New needles, every customer." What did they do before that was an advertising point, you know? They just say, "Oh, it's a little dirty," you know. And, or else another one said, "Stop compromising, you deserve better. Precision body piercing." So, you know, what did they do with that? You know, I mean, they probably just had like darts, and clean them off first, of course. You clean off the darts, and yeah. And then it would be precision. They say, "Oh no, you don't need two eyes, and no one is enough." God. And then the best one was in London, and it was one of those A signs, and it said, "Body piercing while you wait." I know you're thinking the alternatives, but you do want something placed in an intimate spot that I will not go into details. And but you're a busy person. You have things to do. So you say to them, "Look, I've got some shopping to do. I will be back in an hour. But can I leave my labia here?" Thanks so much.
Give it up for Marylee Stephenson! Otherwise known as Hun. I'll consider you dating when you turn that bedspread into a bedspread and stop wearing it.